Hey guys, this is just a little short tutorial video on how to use the Canva software to make your travel pamphlet this week in your 7th and 8th grade World Geography US History class. And we're also going to be doing some collaborative writing on this piece, which will also help with your 7th grade and 8th grade English classes. So we are going to start our travel brochure and we're going to go to canva.com. When you get to Canva, if you do not have a login, let me get the rewards off of here. If you don't have a login, I just want you to log in with Google. Log in with your Google account. Sign in with your school account at your pgtigers.org, and it will automatically let you get into Canva. So this is my Canva software. Basically with Canva, you guys, you can make award templates, greeting cards, all kinds of stuff that you can do for marketing. So if you've got a real interest in graphic design or a real interest in marketing, Canva will be what you want to do. All right. So this is Canva, and right here in this little box right here, we're going to type travel pamphlet. And when we hit enter, all of these different designs are going to come up. You just have to pick one. We are going to create a one-page design that is going to talk about and describe our favorite state in the United States. So I like the way that this one looks, so I'm just going to click on it. So it's going to come up and it's going to be here and it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be awesome. But we're going to change it. Okay. I don't need it. 4 tips for a brilliant t-shirt. Thank you very much. All right. So this right now is our travel page. And I want it to look a little bit different. And I can use all of these things over here to make it different. I can upload my own picture. I can change photos, elements. There's all kinds of neat things that I can do. So I clicked on elements. If I want a bag of potato chips, I can just click on it and use it. We're not going to use that one. And I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to click on that guy and get rid of him. Over here, if it says Pro, that means you have to pay to use it. And we don't want to pay to use any of these free little emojis or icons or anything. So we want to use the free stuff. So the first thing that I've done is that I have created and found a travel template or a travel pamphlet in Canva that I would like to use. Well, now I'm going to go back to my rubric. You have this rubric waiting for you in your email. And I know that I need to pick a favorite state. Well, I was born in California, so I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to say, instead of come on, I'm going to double click. It's a text box. I'm going to type California. And that's what I like. So everything in here is a completely movable item. You can change it, you can delete it, you can do all kinds of stuff. So I have picked my state and I'm using Canva. And now I need to find the climate and temperature of my state. So I'm going to go back over here and notice that I can't type in here. If you hear my clicking, you'll notice that I'm typing, but I can't. So I'm going to go over here in this Canva window and I'm going to go to text. And I'm just going to pick a text. You just have to click on what you like, because if I click on, let's say, if I click on this one, then it's automatically going to put it right here. See, it had that hustle look. I don't really like that one, so I'm going to get rid of it. I just clicked on it and hit the delete key. So I want something that's going to kind of look good with my pamphlet that I've got going on. So I like the way that looks. So I'm actually going to click on this one and I'm going to see if I can move it up a little bit. I want it to be bigger. Again, all of this is editable in your document. So I'm going to grab that little move tool and move California up. And I'm going to move my little, it's all a text box. So if you guys can type in and move a text box, you're golden. And to move it, I need to click on this guy right here. So I'm going to move that up. And then I'm going to Google, so nickname of California. Let's see what the nickname is. It should be the Golden State. Okay, so now that I know it's the Golden State, again, I'm doing a little bit of research here. I'm going to go back to Canva and I'm going to, instead of cheers, I'm going to type the Golden. And you'll notice it's in the same font as what I picked over here when I picked the font. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of move it and center it a little bit. I really don't want it that. Maybe I can move it down. There we go. I really do like that. And I want to make it bigger so all the words are on one line. And there's a little text box down here, but I'm going to get rid of that stuff. Okay, so I've got California, the Golden State, and to move it around, sometimes the mouse is a little tricky. I'm just moving my arrow keys. You can probably hear me typing. I'm just moving the arrow keys a little bit so I can have it move where I want it to be. Okay, so let's go back to our rubric. Again, you have this waiting for you in email. So I've got the name of your state. I need the climate and temperature. So let's go back and do climate and temperature of California. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so the next thing that you kind of want to look at when you're researching, and this is where your English class will come into play this week, is, if it's just on Wikipedia, it might not be the most relevant site. But this one here is worldtravelerguide.net. I mean, I think that's pretty reliable. I wouldn't use Wikipedia because a wiki site means that anybody can change the data or add to information on that site. Well, I want reliable sources, and Wikipedia is not your best friend, so we're not going to use that one. I do like Britannica is the same thing. It's kind of like a British site for encyclopedia knowledge. We don't want that. So I like this site. So it has a Mediterranean climate with hot, dry summers and mild, rainy winters. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it over in my Canva. But I can't paste it if I don't have a text box. So I'm back on my text, and I want a small text that I could probably incorporate pretty well. We might just add a subheading here. Yep. And I'm going to get rid of that subheading and hit Control V to paste. Okay. And you can even highlight it if you want to, and you can make changes to your text, or you can kind of leave it there. You can change the position, where it's top, middle, down. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can add effects to it. So if I wanted to highlight, I just moved it. I wanted to highlight all that. I could change the font. The size of the font. I could make it bold so it's easier to read. I could change the color to maybe match the color scheme that I've got going on. Maybe I want it to be more of this blue color. There's a lot of effects that you can add where it maybe has a drop shadow, or there's all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with this. So I'm going to move my climate up here in this box. And I realize that it's probably not the best color, so I'm going to highlight it again and change the color back to black so it's real easy to see. Okay, so then I'm going to go, I don't know if I really want this shape here, so I'm just going to move it down a little bit. Then I'm going to go back to my rubric. So I've got that one done, the name of the state. I've got the climate. Well, now I want to know what region it is. Well, Miss Ashley, what are you talking about region? So I'm going to click here to help me. Okay, I'm going to go to this Ducksters.com website that I have for you, and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look at this region map of the United States. Part of 7th grade geography is knowing where the regions of the United States are, and that should be review in your 8th grade history class. We are going to talk about the South, Northeast, Midwest, Southwest, and West. 8th grade history and honors history, you need to know the regions because that will come into play very, very quickly as we move about in our coursework. Well, I know that California is here, so California is in the West region. So when I go back to Canva, I need to add another text box. I'm just going to add another subheading, and I'm going to get rid of add a subheading. I'm just going to highlight it and delete it. Western region of the US. Okay, so now I know the region that it's in. So basically, I'm just changing the Canva template that I selected. Again, you can choose any template that you want, and then you're just going to make an interesting travel pamphlet about your state using the guidelines that I have for you in the rubric that will be emailed to you. So for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week, 7th grade, I want you to look at the first part of your assignment is to look at the 50 states and kind of memorize where they're at. And then you have a map to help you locate them. You have an online video game to help you with that as well. And then after you kind of work on that, you need to create your travel pamphlet for the state of your choosing and follow the rubrics provided. And 8th grade, you're going to do the same thing with the travel brochure, but except you're not going to learn the states because you did that last year. You're going to focus on the state capitals of the United States with the information that I've provided for you in your 8th grade U.S. history rubric. It will be different from 7th grade, so make sure you're following along with that. So when you are done with your Canva, let's say I'm finished and that I have completely created and finished everything on the rubric and I'm ready to turn it in. When you're finished, you need to hit this download button right here on your screen, and it will download it for you. Now, if you have used an image or an element that costs money, let's say I'm going to drag this guy over, okay? And let's say I try to download it now. It's going to say that I have to pay for it because I've used an image, and this image costs $1. It won't let you download it if you have an image that you have to pay for. So bye-bye, Mr. Potato Chips. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to use that. Some of your fonts cost money. You just have to pay attention to what you're using. You see when I click on this font, it says free. This one's free. Most of the things that you want to use that you can make your design look good are for free. So to turn it in, you go here to download, and you just hit this download button right here. And it's going to save it to your computer. It's going to give it a weird name, but that's okay. It looks like it's on a t-shirt for you. There you go. But if you'll follow my mouse, it's down here in your downloads. So when you open that file, let me move my face out of the way. When you open that file down here, oh, I think I opened it. I don't know where it goes. Well, I know it's in my downloads. So I'm going to go to my download folder, and it should be that first one. So you're going to email me this one in an attachment, okay? So I will model how to do that. I'm going to open up my email, and I'm going to send this to myself, but technically you're going to send it to me, both 7th and 8th graders. So I'm going to go to Compose. It's loading. I've got a lot of tabs open. Hopefully it's loading. Okay. So I'm going to bring this new message up. Maybe I can move my face out of the way here a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to send it to Tracy Ashley. Canva brochure pamphlet. Okay. Remove my face again. My goodness, I'm sorry. Okay, so to attach it to an email, again, you're going to email me your finished pamphlet. You're going to create an email to me, and you're going to hit this button right here. It's a paper clip where you can download your finished project. And I'm in my downloads folder, and there it is, right there. So I'm going to click on that and hit open. And you'll see it's downloaded right here. It has the weird name to it, but that's just the name of the pamphlet that you selected on. And then Mrs. Ashley, here is my travel pamphlet over California. Smiley face. Okay, and then you'll just send that to me, and your brochure will be done. Make sure that you're following the guidelines that I have provided for you on the rubric. Very rarely am I going to look at it give you feedback and grade it 4 or 5 times when you have the rubric that you need to follow. So, your 7th and 8th graders now, we're giving you the assignment, we're walking you through it, we're telling you what to do, and we expect you to follow the guidelines as you're working on your document. So, that is a long-winded version of your assignments coming up for this week. Mrs. Smith and I do plan on having you guys start working on your buzz work for your individual classes between Wednesday and Thursday of this week, depending on specific factors like if everybody has Chromebooks and if your passwords work to Buzz, and some little things that we still need to work out our end with the Buzz software. And we have to do all of that at the state department level. So it does take some time to get that done. So again, if you have questions, email me directly. All your assignments regarding your social studies, your world geography, or your English for 7th and 8th grade, you need to be emailing me directly with those questions. Don't email Mrs. Minton or Coach Ruley or Mr. Bond or Miss Ferguson. Those virtual English questions need to come to me. Okay, I'm going to stop this tutorial video and email me if you have questions. Thanks, you guys. Bye.